Hi Pisces, welcome to May. I appreciate your support by being a subscriber and so you can find me at other times. Well, this month is really important to you. It begins with the intensity leading up to the 3rd of the full moon in Scorpio. And the full moon in Scorpio is one of the most passionate, intense full moons there are during the year. It's in a water sign, you're a water sign, so your sensitivity can be highlighted, especially because your traditional ruling planet, Jupiter, is connected with this full moon, expanding everything. So it can be very dramatic, it can be very intense, not necessarily negative, but intense. And for you, it is about expanding your viewpoint of the world, especially how you believe. Having faith is so strong and so important. And when things are a little bit confusing or not going the way that you expect them to, have faith, have belief, and connect with your intuition. If there was anything this full moon was saying and the beginning of the month was saying, is listen to your intuition and know the distinction between your emotional body and worry and your deep spiritual self and your deep spiritual knowingness and intuition. It's also a very good time to expand your spiritual knowledge in any way that feels right for you, but especially if there is a routine, or some people call it a ritual, that gets you in the mood of going deep into meditation. Now, there are several shifts this month. On the 7th of May, Venus, which has been in Gemini, is shifting into Cancer, a water sign, your water sign. And so this Venus and Cancer energy is very supportive for you, again, to connect with your intuitive side and your being able to listen to your deep inner needs and deep emotional needs, so you do not feel that you're running around and you're too scattered. The energy that the month begins with, if you can, especially on the full moon, around the full moon weekend, either do some journaling, that would be very good, to pay attention to what you're thinking and what you're feeling and what you're putting out there to the universe, because it will, there's an energy. Chiron is in Pisces right now, is impacting anyone who is born around the 10th of March, 9th, 10th, 11th. And the time frame for the full moon is whatever you're putting out there, you can see come back to you around the middle or the end of September, when the eclipse, the solar eclipse, comes back to that same degree opposite it. So listen to what's going on and be very cognizant of how you're thinking and how you're feeling, because remember, you create your own reality whether you want to or not. Also, any Pisces who's born around the 1st of March, you're being influenced extra strong this month with Neptune. And Neptune plays a very large role, especially towards the end of the month. Now, on the 11th, Mars, which has been in Taurus, is shifting into Gemini. And Mars shifting into Gemini is an energy where there is a sense of putting effort and focus into understanding why you are the way you are, why you think the way you think, and why life happens the way it does. And you can find knowledge and insight through reading. You might pick up a book, a course, a seminar, something along that line that will help with the insight along that line. Also, there could be something around in your personal home space where you want to make some changes in your home. And if somebody is, if you need somebody to help you, you might need to elbow them a little bit or speak up so they get moving and get it happening in that manner. New moon in Taurus is on the 18th of May. It's at the very end of the Taurus cycle. It's at 26, almost 27 degrees of Taurus, so just a few days before the sun goes into Gemini, but it's on a fixed star that represents losing one's head over something. So where could you lose your head over something? That is, it's a metaphor. Think of it as a metaphor, but it's about getting things going, making things happen. And for you, it can be anywhere where you've been frustrated, but more than likely it could have to do with the little things in life that have gotten scattered, communications that you haven't gotten back to, little things that you said you would do but you haven't gotten around to. Anything that might have to do with paperwork could come up. And also, the day of the new moon, Mercury, which is in Gemini for the whole month, goes retrograde. Mercury going retrograde is a time where you can rethink where you're living. So there can be some ideas or where you're living, but also if you like where you're living, it can be, well, I want to change it around a little bit. I thought I want to paint this room this color, but I really would like it a different color. So there's some rethinking that is showing up with the Mercury retrograde energy. As we move towards the end of the month, this is when Neptune, your modern ruler, Jupiter's your traditional ruler, is being what's called aspected or connecting to a lot of different planets. The Sun, Mercury, Mars, they're interplaying. They're weaving in and out with Neptune, which can be confusing. So what this means, along with the Mercury retrograde, is plans or ideas that you've had or other people had can change, or it will be misunderstood, or an element of confusion around it. Make sure that things are very clear, especially when it has to do with anything financial for you, that there's a strict agreement. You're going to do this for that. And also it can also be just double checking things. So you aren't, you don't let something pass by. Oh, I didn't notice this. In terms of plans with friends, in terms of plans that you may have, this could impact your work too. Be very clear about the expectations, especially anything that's not on paper, because those are the ones that will be most easily miscommunicated or misunderstood. The high side of this energy towards the end of the month is extreme creativity, and that it is a time to connect with possibilities. What is most possible for me? What is the most ideal for me? What is it that I would love to do more than anything? So it is a very strong time to not feel limited, but when things don't go exactly the way that you thought, well, what's good about this? What makes this not happening that possible? Have a great month, and again, thank you for your support by being a subscriber.